Today we learn what is hybrid muscle, or it is also called as the composite muscle. The definition of the hybrid muscle: the muscles which have more than one set of fibers, the muscles which have more than one set of fibers performs the same functions and are usually supplied by a different nerve for different set of fiber. Okay, now we see the example of hybrid muscle. So the first muscle in the list is brachialis. The motor supply of brachialis is by musculocutaneous nerve and the proprioceptive by radial nerve. The second example in the upper limb is Flexor Digitorum Profundus. Here the muscle having the radial half and ulnar half. Radial half it will supply by the median nerve and ulnar half it will supply by the ulnar nerve. The third muscle is flexor pollicis brevis. The first branch or the first nerve is recurrent branch of the median nerve. And the second nerve is supplied by the deep branch of ulnar nerve. The fourth muscle is pectoralis major. It is supplied by the medial and lateral pectoral nerve. Adductor magnus muscle. The adductor part of this muscle is supplied by posterior division of obturator nerve and the hamstring part it will supply by tibial part of sciatic nerve. The next muscle in the lower limb is biceps femoris. Long head of biceps femoris muscle it is supplied by tibial part of sciatic nerve short head it will supply by common peroneal nerve. Next example is Actinius. The anterior fiber, it will supply by femoral nerve. Posterior fiber, it will supply by obturator nerve. The next example is iliopsoas. The first nerve is spiral nerve. The second nerve is femoral nerve. Last muscle in this list is digastric muscle. The anterior belly of digastric muscle, it will supply by nerve to mylohyoid. Posterior belly of this muscle, it will supply by facial nerve. Nerve to mylohyoid, it is branch of trigeminal nerve. So we revise the topic. Today we learn what is hybrid muscle or what is composite muscle. So the muscle which have more than one set of fibers but performs the same function and are usually supplied by different nerves for different set of fibers. The first example is brachialis muscle. The motor supply of this muscle is by musculocutaneous nerve and proprioceptive supply by the radial nerve. Here the second example is flexor digitorum profundus. The radial half of this muscle is supplied by median nerve and ulnar half it will supply by the ulnar nerve. The next example is flexor pollicis brevis. Here the first is recurrent branch of median nerve is supplied and second nerve supply is by deep branch of ulnar nerve. So median and ulnar both nerve is supplies the flexor pollicis brevis muscle. The next muscle is pectoralis major muscle. The medial and lateral pectoral nerve it supplies the pectoralis major muscle. The adductor part of the adductor magnus muscle is supplied by the posterior division of the obturator nerve and hamstring part of adductor magnus is supplied by the tibial part of the sciatic nerve. The next example is biceps femoris. So the long head is supplied by the tibial part of the sciatic nerve and short head it will supply by the common peroneal nerve. The next muscle in this list is Pectineus. So the anterior fiber it will supply by the femoral nerve and the posterior fiber it will supply by the obturator nerve. The eighth muscle is iliopsoas. Okay, the first nerve is the spiral nerve and the second femoral nerve it will supply the iliopsoas muscle. And the last muscle in this list is the digastric muscle. The anterior belly it will supply by the nerve to mylohyoid. It will branch off the trigeminal nerve and the posterior belly of the digastric muscle it will supply by the facial nerve. Okay, and the last example if you took it is a tongue. It is also a example of the hybrid muscle.